you know what? No, we'll just start from here, just so people know it's a new session. Yeah. So we're doing this again. Hi.
Hi.
We're just about to fight Chaos, I think. Yeah, this is the Knuckles cutscene with the Chaos Emerald. In case you missed it from last time.
Oh yeah, because we beat Knuckles up.
Like in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, like taking candy from a baby.
I actually wouldn't put it past him.
He is that type.
I think he's that level of cartoon villainy. So yeah, everyone's seen this thing if you're watching. Just making fun of the chaos. Right, and everyone doesn't like this fight because you have to fight it 3 times.
Really?
Yeah, it's because there's a Sonic story, a Tails story, a Knuckles story. All 3 of them are here in this scene, and it's the one time when that happens. So you have to fight. He's the only boss fight you have to fight multiple times, and he also has a lot of sitting around waiting. So.
Oh man, that's a speedrunner's nightmare.
It's just like, okay. Look.
It reminds me of like in the Spiral games where like a fan base just hates a thing, so they find a way to skip it, even if it like takes slightly longer.
I mean, I'm sure there is. This game is buggy enough where you can probably phase through a wall and be at perfect chaos by the end.
Right.
Yeah, I think this is the one fight I feel like really, at least in concept, I think it's pretty neat. Because
I do like the idea that he's like on water, which is Sonic's weakness. The thing I'm not liking is just the fact that, like, I'm assuming if you stand on the water too long, you're gonna fall through.
Yeah,
so
it's like a stand effect, and then you just die instantly. Yeah,
see, that annoys me. Like, if I love Sonic running on water, but it should be running. I don't like that he can stop at all. You know?
It's just like, wow, physics.
Yeah, like it's cool enough when he runs on water, but this just looks kind of silly. I know Blue Hedgehog standing on water looks more silly than Blue Hedgehog running at the speed of sound on top of water. But I don't know, I don't like it. There's something that's just, it doesn't work. It's pushing the wrong buttons in my brain, you know?
And it's just, I feel like this is one of the ones where. This game specifically, I mean, they talk about it a lot in, just in terms of, a bit too close for comfort there. When they talk about when they were making Chaos, especially in Generations, he's the one character that they were glad they got to come back to, because they were not happy. They had a great concept for him, but the technology wasn't there for him. I feel like this boss fight specifically, in Generation style, could be really fucking cool, because then you could just do that. You could just have him running on water the entire time.
Well, like, especially with what you're saying, where all 3 characters have to fight this boss at once, I think the cool move would be that you do it as a multi-stage boss fight. So, like, you do the Sonic portion, and you see that, like, Chaos takes off whatever direction, and then that's where like you leave stuff for the Tails portion, and same way with the Tails portion, you have it end with the Knuckles portion. I think that'd be the smarter move to do, as opposed to just having this exact same style boss fight. I think the boss fight should be tailored to each individual character.
It's one of those things where, you beat me, but I won really. Bye! Tactical. It's one of those things where I feel like, as cool as the idea of every character gets their own story, it might have been better just to make it one chronological thing where you switch control now and again.
I mean, not even that necessarily. Like, you just have it, okay, Sonic, I'll take care of it from here, and then you just cut to a cutscene of after they've both beaten it, you know? Because I think that could work, and it could, you know, also lead well into the different play styles. Like, you could have the Sonic one be entirely speed-based, where, like, you can't slow down because he is running on water, and then you'd have the Tails one be, like, flight-based, and I don't know what you do with Knuckles and Chaos, that's harder, but...
But yeah, so this is I'm actually curious to see your reaction to this.
Oh, since we last talked, I did watch a movie cut of Sonic Adventure 1.
Ah, okay, never mind that.
So yeah, this stupidity is just. I think my favorite thing about it is the trees. The trees are just where it gets to be too much. Like, how? Are they just there for show?
I'm assuming so, yeah. And I even love that Sonic X, which had arcs, which were basically just remakes of the adventure games, kept that. They kept the fact that he's just got trees that fall to make a runway. He had to be true to it. But this was actually, I thought, was a really cool concept, because this is like almost like a trademark of the series. Is there's always the flying level, but the fact that they kept it in 3D is kind of a bold move, because that's one of the things you definitely could have ditched, and has been ditched. So the fact that they were still like, oh no, even since Sonic 2, Tails has a plane, which chills with Sonic. So I think that's cool. One of the interesting things, if you see how spiky Sonic's head spikes are here, is this model is Sega's Lazy. It's the original classic Sonic model that they had in original development, and they never just updated it. So this gives you the look about what the game could have looked like with Sonic in 3D, where his spikes aren't droopy.
That's cool.
But I mean, yeah, on-rails Sonic shooter. Not much gameplay right now, so maybe this is a good point for discussion. Because you managed to like have a look at the story as a whole, up to where we are now, where like they're currently chasing down Eggman and Chaos's thing. Have you had any ideas on the structure of that, or if that's fine as it is and we should just add to it?
See, I don't know yet. Like I said, I watched a movie cut. I watched it basically into the point where we were at, but with the other characters' stuff in it too. So I haven't seen past it yet, because I think I do want to experience it here with you, so you can justify some of the bullshit for me.
That's what I'm here for.
Right. I don't know. It's weird. Like the more I watch this, the more I have like gameplay things as opposed to plot things, which I guess is probably a good thing. Question mark.
I mean, at the same time, because this will be our first What If video game thing, we could probably throw some of that in. Just if we, because a lot of gameplay in Sonic games, the best ones at least, are all about like story. Like even Generations, the changing gameplay styles is tied to the story. So I feel like there's still an argument to be made with some of that.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. It's interesting to see how things are developing here. I do like the idea of the keeping the plane chase kind of thing. It gives Tails just more to do. It makes him feel like he's more part of the team, which I think is important.
It gives him a very unique role in the fight. Even since the beginning of you can just see it's just classic Sonic. It's one of the things that, especially since this, they really started to lead into him being the mad scientist of the team to combat Eggman, especially once you get to Adventure 2. And I think that's a cool direction to take. And then it's just, especially because you've got Sonic and Knuckles handling everything physically. It is kind of one of those things where, you got Goku and Vegeta and Gohan. Well, not all of them really can punch things, but Gohan's got a unique specialty you could probably lean into more.
I think so. So, I don't know, this works.
Sonic dies.
Okay. Sonic's dead.
Cuts to black.
Well, that was a short game.
Well, guys.
You're not who I'm looking for.
The end. I think that's where we end it. I think we make this a really tragic movie,
Oh, I wonder if he's okay.
Didn't we start here?
Yeah.
But so it's just...
We've lost Tails now. Tails has been separated in the crash somehow, even though they were right next to each other.
I mean, yeah, that's how physics work.
But yeah, so now we gotta just walk around mopily in this. It's like a Evanescence video right now with the lighting. You can just see it very...
Wake me up inside.
So I don't mind this. I think actually, you'll see when we get to Tails' story. It's like separating him is more for his benefit than Sonic's.
Okay.
Just because then you get to have a Tails who. This is the problem with Sonic. You get to have a Tails who actually has to like, oh no, Sonic's not here to carry me. How do I do this? And he goes on like missions right now. Whereas Sonic is just like, he's still in this. I think you can maybe just get into how does Sonic feel about having basically a sidekick? Does he depend on him too much? Does he depend on him not enough? Is he too protective that maybe him searching around for this is almost like seen as a negative thing, and like he just needs to learn to, Tails can handle it kind of thing. And I think that's a cool way to take there, because having player 2 around is always kind of his gimmick. Okay, then thanks to Carl. Having player 2 around is always such a cool thing that the Sonic games did, that like Mario, even if you play a Mario game, Luigi's not really following you around if you don't have a second player, whereas in the original Sonic games, Tails will always follow you around unless you specifically tell him not to.
Sonic, wait up!
Oh, look who else, speaking of following around.
Amy.
What's wrong with you anyway?
Look at that moonwalk.
This birdie seems to be in trouble, so you need to be his bodyguard for a while.
I actually really like this interaction.
Yeah?
If you don't, we're just gonna tag along anyway.
Just kind of cracking up at the almost rubber hose animations they're doing for the idols.
I mean...
Oh, and Amy just fucking vanished. Cool.
Yeah, you're gonna tag along anyway, or not. I just like the idea that she just walks up to Sonic and is just like, hey, I don't care what you're doing. You're gonna be our bodyguard now, bitch. And he's just like, I'm kind of just trying to see if my friend's dead. She's just like, yeah, whatever. I like the stones on Amy in this era.
Yeah, I think so. And so she's okay, whatever.
No problem. He's just a chunk of cheesy hardware.
Whoa!
Oh, now what? Huh?
Look here! It says, shoot custody and freeze!
Aw.
He's like, did you see the death machine?
Wait!
Guess I'll just leave this killer robot to roam around the civilians.
I really like the idea that Amy is the one who's too energetic for Sonic.
I think you could play that up a bit. That could be fun. Cause I don't. So Amy's got her own story and stuff. Amy and Big and who else? Yeah. So you could probably play that up a little bit and just have her doing all these crazy things while Sonic's off on his adventures.
And I think that's one of the ones I will want to change a little bit, just because Amy's story is kind of one of those things where she spends most of it just like running away from things.
Gotcha. Okay, I have major complaints right now. Why the fuck is Sonic in a car?
What do you mean? Why wouldn't he be in a car since he's got to drive? How else is he gonna go fast?
Oh, you suck.
Yeah, so that's why I die, is because you take my agency away where I could just do this! Sonic in cars is a bad idea, and you should feel bad for doing it.
I know, it's like, it never works!
Literally, this is like the worst this game controls. Is when you throw him in a fucking car.
Oh, God. Okay, so yeah, we immediately... He gets in the car, he gets to this level, and it's like, you must have a car to go beyond here. He's like, okay. He gets in the car, and then the door opens, then he gets out of the car. That's how this scene works in our story.
And then you get a cool level where it's Sonic running against people in cars.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you mentioned Sonic X earlier. I tried to give that show a watch recently, because I found it on Netflix, and it didn't do much for me, but I really liked the first episode. He's racing a bunch of, Indy cars and stuff. That was fun.
Yeah, and he gets, a guy who's got, I'm the fastest thing alive, and Sonic's just like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, whatever you say, kid.
Personal kid. I like I like that dynamic, and then the show just kind of okay. After that point, even though it looks really pretty, the art style.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite look for like modern Sonic art is when that Sonic X era. I don't know why. It's probably nostalgia.
Fair enough. I never really watched it growing up. I think I saw maybe like one episode playing, and I was like, oh, I used to like Sonic, and that was about the end of it. So I don't know. I gave it a shot. It had its moments. I watched like I think 3 or 4 episodes, but it just wasn't quite for me.
It's one of those things I'm very happy never to go back to. I'm just like, oh, I had fun when I was a kid. Don't need to ruin that. But yeah, once you get past that awful section, this is a fun. The casino Sonic levels in Sonic are always just like.
I mean, it fits so well, doesn't it?
And then this is like the next evolution of that, where we're now in an amusement park, which is almost like the next level.
I mean, they've really gone with that in the modern era, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
Eggman Land and just everything in Sonic Colors. Like, it was 6 amusement parks in Sonic Colors. Or 5, one of those 2.
Sonic Colors is just an entire amusement park.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's just like 6 amusement parks in one, and that is the whole game.
Just very hard to make it plot relevant. But then again, you don't need to. I think the conceit of Amy just being a ditz, so they just end up here in a wacky place, fits for like a breather after the tension of like, oh, we gotta get the Chaos Emeralds from Eggman. Like, it's a nice distraction.
Yeah, I like that stuff. I think I think a lot of this works well, and you don't really need to justify it so much. Oh, someone sucks. You don't really need to justify it. It's just like a side thing that happens. Like, it's still a video game. You gotta kind of justify just, okay, and here's an excuse for a fun level.
You just jab it out.
I mean, it's Sonic. It's got good music.
I mean, this has actually got my favorite Sonic soundtrack. Sonic Adventure
really?
has a really good soundtrack.
That's cool.
I don't think it's been topped yet, just in terms of the variety. Like, there's everything in Sonic Adventure soundtrack.
I should look to see if the stage, because I saw so many mods for Generations.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I ever saw a mod for this stage though.
Twinkle Park. I'm sure that has to be. I think someone has made an entire Sonic Adventure remake in Generations. I know.
That's cool.
I know they've done it for 06, and then Adventures like Sonic 06 and Sonic Adventure. For anyone not in the Sonic fan community, are the 2 most like modded games in there. Just because Sonic Adventure is the one that's just like everyone goes to it to be like no, 3D Sonic can work. Look what we can do with this like template. And then Sonic 06 is the one that everyone's trying to fix. So those 2 always, and then Sonic Adventure is really easy to have like simple level design, big wide open spaces, so it can fit nearly all the Sonic gameplay styles. Like even Generations can just like plow through this.
Yeah, I think so. And that's the big problem with Generations is just they built a whole engine around just one character. And for some reason, they didn't make very many racing games off that engine. That would have been the next go-to in my mind, but whatever. Yeah, Generations, like, you put Generations gameplay style into some of the old Sonic game levels, and they're like one-to-one recreations of the levels, but he's so damn fast.
He's like a bat out of hell. You can't.
I know. You can't put a stop on him. Like you put him in some of the levels for Adventure, and yeah, he's through it before you know it. Saw some interesting stuff with Generations mods, where they trying to think how to phrase it. They put a bunch of the stuff that only modern Sonic can interact with, like balloons and poles to do flips off of and stuff. And they used those elements in the nighttime levels for Unleashed. So you could play through the nighttime levels using modern Sonic in the Generation style.
That's pretty
which is really Yeah, it was a really cool idea. So they just like added those elements so only modern Sonic can platform through it, and it was just like another way to add more Unleashed stuff to the Generations projects.
I mean, Unleashed is also one of the other ones, which is not itself being mod, but like everyone tries to put it in Generations, which they have, and it's insane the amount of talent that is in the Sonic. Yeet! Sonic's always got very crazy throw animations. Oh, this is the one that did get to Generations.
Yes, Speed Highway. This was the other one. This and the very first level with the fucking Orca were like the ones that just were constantly on the demos.
Just for good reason. They're probably the two best levels.
Mm-hmm.
This particularly is probably just like the not just in terms of like iconic and showing off what the Dreamcast can do. I mean, Jesus Christ, look at this. Mario 64, eat your shit out. Oh god, never mind. I was trying to hype you. I didn't have enough speed. That's my fault. But yeah, this was
my fault. I'm not good enough at the game.
Yeah, no, that's legit.
I remember talking to someone at one point who was a huge Sonic fan, and he started playing 06, and he's like, no, it must be my fault. I must not be good enough at the game. That's why this stuff is happening.
Oh, we gotta tell ourselves something.
Yeah. Oh, you got the rocket shoe. I love the rocket shoe.
Yeah, that's a really good power. I don't know how you could make that canon. Maybe just make it's him deciding to stop fucking around.
Maybe, I don't know. That's a good question. What could you do to like put? Because we did some cool ideas with like rings and stuff. The shields are kind of self-explanatory. You could, that's maybe a cool one. Maybe we can justify shields as tails, like leaving stuff throughout the level for you to use.
Yeah, like extra devices and like bracelets and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's a cool idea. Especially it helps narratively because Tails is like currently only focused on helping Sonic. Like he's not focused on himself. So that's cool.
Yeah, so then maybe the rocket shoe can be something else like that. Like, I left these that will help boost your speed. He's like, why would I ever need to go faster? Well, need to and want to are different things. Like, that could be maybe a fun moment. I'm trying to think like what's the techie bullshit that justifies it, you know?
Oh, you know how you do a cool thing with that? You say, yeah, I found these old like government files on something that looked like yours. They had like rockets attached to the shoes, and that's how you see Shadow.
Oh, that's a cool idea. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I like that. That's fun.
So then right after this, Sonic sees Shadow, and because Sonic's been using those shoes this game, the government, when they see that black hedgehog using them, they think, oh, maybe that's just another supersonic form.
Mm-hmm.
So like, there's that idea, and then this is the big.
Yep, this is the moment. This is where just eat your heart out, edgelords.
I mean, I can't fucking blame it. It's good shit.
But you ruined it. You killed all the cop cars before you went down the building. What the hell?
Hey,
what's wrong with you?
Able to go down it either. But this was a cool idea. I think this is the thing that really justified to me. Okay, yeah, Sonic can be in a city. To have him run down buildings.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. It looks so freaking rad.
But this is the thing that I wish they never kept this part in Generations, which is where like he continues running throughout the day, and then goes to like the chill part of the city. Like I think it's a really cool. Like you start on the highway, you go down the building, and then you go back to the lower levels. Like I think it's a very cool free. It's almost like the classic games where there's like 3 acts.
No, I gotcha. I don't know. I love Generations. This is actually my best level in Generations as far as getting really good times on it. But yeah, it really doesn't matter though because I don't know how to do this stupid glitch where you like freaking drift up the side of a building and just break the level.
Oh, the speedrunner true tactic.
Yeah, the actual speedrunning tactic where you just like, hey, you know how like all this pretty scenery is here? How about instead you just fall for 30 seconds and just aim for the void?
I mean,
yeah, like I really want to see more glitchless speedrun stuff because something about it, especially with Sonic, like, speedrunning sometimes always looks kind of just wrong for the character.
It's janky, yeah.
Yeah, but for Sonic it always looks perfect, but especially when you're really, really playing the game well.
When it's smooth, I think is the key.
Yeah, but like when you add the glitches to it, like I totally understand why you do it, because of course it's a faster time, but I don't know, there's the art of running a game perfectly as it's meant to be is something I'm attracted to as well, you know?
And that's kind of what the classic games kind of do have, is like classic Sonic speedruns are always very smooth. Very pleasing to look at.
Yeah, but even then, you've got like, what is it, 2 that has the oil ocean moment where it's just, yep, just gonna jump in the oil over and over at the bottom of the screen, and it's like, aww.
Yeah,
yeah. So I don't know, glitchless speedruns are something I think I'd really like to see with just like every Sonic game. I'd love to watch a glitchless speedrun.
Because then at that point you're basically just watching how it canonly went down.
Yeah, exactly that. I can't remember what it was. Someone was like, I think it might have been a Cracked article. It was like, alright, so who is canonically the most successful villain? And it turns out it's Bowser, or basically any video game boss, because if you just look at like wins to losses, you die so many times in every video game that it's like you're finding eventually the one parallel world in which your character won.
Whereas like, well, Earth 25, Mario died to a single Goomba.
Exactly that. And so Amy's been kidnapped by Eggman.
Yes, but not for Amy, but for the bird.
Oh, okay.
So that's one of the things you'll get in like her story, which I think that's a cool. I think that's the justification for like having different things. Is you currently just have Sonic's perspective, so all he knows is, oh, Amy's been kidnapped. If you play Amy's story, you know why she's being chased and such like that. But that's why I think it's a good thing to play Sonic's first, is because you get the gist of everything, but then you get context from the other characters.
Yeah, and maybe when we're doing the since we've got all this gameplay footage, maybe when we're doing the proper what ifs, we can actually put everything in chronological order again too.
Yeah. That'd be good. This is actually a cool thing, and I'm gonna have a detour just because I love this. This blew my mind as a kid. So go over the bridge. Where are we, Ian?
Stonehenge?
Not as cool. Stonehenge wishes it was this place.
Isn't this the altar? Yeah, the altar of the Master.
It's the Master Emerald altar, and it's just like you can go here and be like Hypersonic. Imagine. But yeah, and it's like these are the ruins of it, which I think it looks very different than how it did in Sonic 3, but I'm just gonna assume Knuckles redecorated this ancient carving.
Well, it did like fall to the earth, didn't it? Or is it currently falling to the earth?
It's yes, both times. This is the second time it's fallen to the earth.
Okay, yeah, I can't tell.
Yeah, this is the last time it falls to the earth.
Well, good. They didn't reuse that plot element over and over again.
I know,
Nice.
but it's like they establish it needs to. Why doesn't it anymore? Did he fix it?
I don't know. You got Tails around, maybe. Oh, wait. Is this? You said canonically this is the last time it falls to the earth?
Yeah.
Tails fixed it.
Okay. How did he fix the magic?
I don't know. He fucking supplemented the magic with sweet magical science.
I mean,
He's got a plane.
Oh, because those concepts are tight.
He's got a plane that fucking morphs into a goddamn mech in the next game. I'm pretty sure you can put a fucking like propeller or some shit on Angel Island.
I mean, you're not wrong. That's sacrilege.
He decorates them, makes them look all pretty. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I'm adding a lot of Tails lore to this fucking game, I'm just saying.
He's kind of the one that has the strongest emotional arc here, to be honest. Him and Knuckles.
Okay.
Because Knuckles is the one who's kind of dealing with, like... This is where you get Knuckles' backstory. Whereas, like, I think that's what really makes me think of this. Like, everyone always wants Sonic 4, right? But if it was going to be a Sonic 4, it would just have to be this game's story, because this is intrinsically tied to, oh god, Sonic 3 and Knuckles is... I know, I brought it back, This is intrinsically tied to Sonic 3, and Knuckles is just like, oh, here are the Chaos Emeralds and the Master Emerald, and here's the Echidna. But why is Knuckles the only one here? Why is he guarding it? Well, no one fucking knows. This is where you get all of that, and I think that's the logical place you go. So, I don't know, I feel like this has always been Sonic 4, really, and it's just the very 2D purists who want it not to be. And then Sega answered their calls and just didn't either, and just remote Sonic 1 basically and called it Sonic 4, so no one won.
No one will be happy. The Sega way.
Legitimately.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, did I mention I've definitively made plans with Matt to go see Sonic the movie in theaters. We're driving out of state to meet up to go see Sonic the movie.
Oh my god, I'm so happy. You don't understand. That's the character arc I needed.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm so excited for that. It's gonna be
Yeah.
great.
It's gonna be the worst fucking movie ever, I just know it.
What do you mean? Sonic!
Yeah, it's Sonic. It has to be good, right?
It has to be good, right? He's got the best
Sonic's got a
record.
consistent level of quality that has never let anyone in his fan base down.
Anyway, this level's pretty He's on Red Mountain. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh,
I don't even know what to do with this. What's the goal here at the moment?
Currently chasing after Eggman's ship that's got 8 so he's climbing up the mountain to get higher, I guess. That's one thing that Sonic always keeps to doing in these games, is like, oh, let's chase after the battleship on foot. I'm like,
Man, that really is continued all the way into 06, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's kind of a cool idea, like scale the mountain real fast and whatever.
Get to the top and then just run.
Yeah.
This song's just
A little weird that he keeps going down.
I know, right? But I mean, it's got that 3-act structure that I love about this game. Is everything's got stages, so it's like
I mean, like stages would be cool. I feel like the idea of progression's important, and not dying in lava.
Well, I did it. Did I?
You know, magma/lava is just like the most ubiquitous video game thing.
Oh yeah, but I think it looks. I love the lighting here.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, like I feel like this is where you almost should have started for the level, and then like just as you go, you keep getting higher and higher. You know?
I think you're onto something there. I didn't even think about it like that.
Because I don't know, it just works a little bit better for the sense. God, how do you handle this? That's just so much just happened there.
Yeah, I went a bit too overboard with that, because you can spam the spin dash in this game, so it's tempted to just like launch yourself. Like I did it right the first time there, but it messed up the second time.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
There's mainly me trying to do more stuff than really. Like the classic thing, right? Is you can play those games and not get hit once, but it is normally, unless you're like really good at it, if you're gonna blast through those games, you're gonna get some hits, which is why the ring system is like one of the coolest video game ideas, because it like lets you get away with that. It gives you that leniency.
Did we talk about light speed dash in the last episode of this?
Yeah, we talked about like how he did it. Is he just got better with like chaos energy? But if you've got an extra thought on it.
No, I was just wondering if I couldn't remember if we got into that or not, because I just saw you use it and I was like, man, because that's kind of the thing I'm interested in is luring a bunch of the power sets, I guess.
Yeah, that's a cool idea, especially because this game is all about learning about the truth of the Chaos Emerald. So
Mhm.
I think you can tie a lot of Sonic's new stuff into those, and then it gets even better Adventure 2 because then Shadow comes along and he's even better at it.
Mm-hmm. How long did we want these episodes to be again? Was it about 40 minutes?
Yeah, about 40 minutes to an hour. What are we looking at?
We've been on the Skype call for about 51 minutes right now, so I know we were talking for 10, 15 beforehand, so we're probably getting close to that.
Alright, I don't mind calling off here for the Tails has got his new plane, and this is where we finally move to the blue. That's a question. Do you like the red plane or the blue plane more?
I like the blue plane more. I think it fits better with their color dynamic and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And he's got his cool little Tails logos on it. But yeah, because we're just going to be going back into it, I think that's a good place to call it off.
Cool. Glad I asked when I did.
You gotta keep track of that stuff. I shall see you all next time.
Bye!